And here we are, our main event before the slam dunk and three-point contest. The Mission Prep Royals are hosting the St. Joseph Knights and the Ironwood Eagles in this showdown of two main event squads. Hopefully this goes down better than the Jake Paul fight. I got a laugh from the scorekeeper. And the opening tip to the Eagles of Ironwood out of Glendale, Arizona. Castro Ryan pushes it inside to Dillard. Dillard throws it up, and he's going to go line to shoot two. The foul called on William Sacre. And Sacre's first foul handed out to either squad. We are scoreless, 7:49. And the first shot by Josh Dillard, no good. The senior forward missing the first of two opportunities at the free throw line. You can hear the clamoring in the background. Both these squads want to see this main fight go the distance. Dillard with 1 point. The goose egg broken for the Wildcats. And the shot good for Beret. Abdul Beret with the deuce. 2-1 our score. And the travel called against the Eagles. Stephen Castro Ryan, one too many steps. A last name sandwiched in between two first names. Beret passes it around into the hands of Price and down low to Beret, and he's blocked, gets his own rebound, tries to slam it in, can't get it to sink. Now the rebound to the Eagles, wearing the road reds with black and white trim. The Knights wearing their home whites with Kelly green and black trim. And the rebound to Gunnar Morinini. Cross-country trip for the layup, and Gunnar Morinini with two. 4-1 our score. There's no stats available for the Ironwood Eagles as they move the ball around. Jones passes it to Dean. And Dean called for the travel. Second travel of the quarter called against the Eagles. And the Knights go back on offense as Julius Price takes the inbound. The senior dishes it to Malcolm Price, his brother. Price brothers are the offense of this squad. Gunnar Morinini missing the three-pointer, bouncing around, collected, and going the other way with Ironwood. And the shot missed by Carson Dean. Rebounded by St. Joseph. 4-1 our score, 5:27 on the clock. Talking to the St. Joseph head coach, Tom Mott. He said he's ready for this squad of Ironwood out of Glendale, and Gunnar Morinini with another finger roll layup. 4 points for Morinini. He has 4 of the 6 Knights points, excuse me, not the Royals, the Knights. The Royals are the host team. I work for the Royals, but these are the St. Joseph Knights, the powerhouse out of the Mountain League, the powerhouse of the Central Coast, the one the Central Section teams fear. Here they go, Gunnar Morinini the other way. And he lays it up, can't get it to go, but he'll get 2 shots. As bodies hit the floor, slow off the hardwood is Gio James. And Gunnar Morinini shooting a pair. First trip to the free throw line for the St. Joseph Knights. Elijah Ormond and Godson Ayita checking in. As Sacre and Barre check out. Substitution of two big men. As I was saying, Julius Price with 24.2 points. Malcolm Price with 25.3 points. The two heavy scorers for the St. Joseph Knights. Gunnar Morinini averaging 14.4 points a game. Coming into tonight's contest, he already has 4. Correction, Gunnar Morinini has 6. As he made both those free throws. 8-1 our score. Foul calling on Ormond. Second team foul against the Knights. And Ormond with the rebound clears it out to Morinini across the timeline. Morinini cuts over, back to Ormond. Out to Aida. And Aida called for the travel. Godson Aida, the junior center, took 3 steps on that transition to the rim. 4:18 the first quarter. The Eagles held to 1 point so far, held by Josh Dillard. Dillard sets the screen for Dean. Dean looking for an outlet into the corner. Castro Ryan up top to James. James to Dean. That one's tipped by Malcolm Price out of bounds. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Ironwood Eagles. As Castro Ryan inbounds this one. Dillard looking for an opportunity before the shot clock runs out and connects. Dillard is the offense so far, 8-3. Ironwood down by 5 to St. Joseph. And if you're looking at that scoreboard, the St. Joseph Knights are green on the scoreboard, white on the court. The Eagles red on the scoreboard, red on the court. 11-3. And a three-pointer going the other way. And Gio James answers with a three-pointer of his own. 11-6, a 5-point lead. Bodies on the floor looking for a jump ball. The jump ball comes. And that possession arrow goes to the Knights.
Malcolm's got 2.
And in the process of scoring, I missed the three-pointer by Malcolm Price, making an 11-6 ball game. Shout out to Price on that one. Aida missing second chance points, no good. He will get the whistle in his favor, going to the line to shoot 2. St. Joseph Knights 2 for 2 at the free throw line. As Price, and Morinini meet with the coaching staff before Aida shoots his first. And the first one good. 6-point lead. Aida averaging 7 points a game. The second one good. And Aida with 2 points, 13-6. And that's a three-pointer, no good for James. Rebound collected by Dillard. Dean trying to set the offense up. Back to Dillard. Dillard trying to get past Aida. Pushed out to Dean. Dean to James. Stolen by Julius Price. And the truck is moving. And Morinini cleans it up with a layup. 8 points for Morinini, 15-6. And Josh Dillard with 5 points tonight. Malcolm Price, three-pointer. 10-point lead, St. Joseph over Ironwood. St. Joseph's trying to stay undefeated coming into the night 10-0. .134 as Dillard streaks to the rim, can't connect. The bounce pass from Price to Price, and Julius cleans it in for two, and a timeout taken by Ironwood. Coach Jordan Augustine wants to talk this one over before the Knights roll away with the victory, 20-8, a 12-point lead for St. Joseph out of Santa Maria, 1:24 remaining in this first quarter. Stay with us. Coming out of the Ironwood timeout, our score 20-8, 1:24 remaining first quarter action. St. Joseph Knights. I'm sure those St. Joseph Knights fans are screaming at me right now, and I do apologize for that one. 20-8, three-pointer off target. And Beret pulling in the board for the white and green. And the dish inside. No good for Sacre. And we have two shots at the line. Gio Jones called for the foul. Third team foul against Ironwood. And the second one connects, 22-8. And Malcolm Price setting at 8, matching Morinini with the leading score. 8 and 8 makes 16. Add in a sprinkle of twos for Julius Price, Abdul Beret, William Sacre, and Gatsan Aida. And we got 24 for the St. Joseph Knights. Leading by 16 in this contest. The rebound, Beret. Push forward to Julius Price, back to Beret. And Beret to the rim, no good. Third opportunity points, can't get it to go off the hands of Geronimo, the freshman, trying to sink it in. And the Royals go to the bench to talk it over with smiles on their face. Everybody's having fun. The Royals, I said it again. These Knights fans are gonna kill me. Oh my goodness. The Knights go to the bench with smiles on their face. Hey, when you've been broadcasting Royals for as long as I have, it kind of just slips off the tongue. But these are St. Joseph Knights. They wear green. I know who they are. Their head coach is Tom Mott. Don't hate me. I'm a good guy. appreciate y'all listening and chiming in. St. Joseph fans are pretty awesome too. The Knights went to the bench with smiles on their face. Ironwood start the second quarter with the rock. And let's check our viewership numbers for this contest. We got 59 viewers. Not bad. I'm good with that. Appreciate our viewers tuning in tonight. Three-pointer, no good. Our score 24-8 as we are in the second quarter. Leading scorers for the St. Joseph Knights, Malcolm Price with 8, Gunnar Moranini with 8, Julius Price, Abdul Bore, William Sacre, and Godson Aida all with 2 points. And the shot slammed in on the rebound. Abdul Bore making it look fancy. Trying to get the lead to 20 points for the Knights. Beret there to collect that rebound as it sailed into his hands. And the pass from Julius Price off target. Collected by Ironwood. Castro Ryan brings it across. Pushes it to his left, now inside. Ironwood trying to set their offense up as Dillard puts the basket in for 2. 7 points for Dillard in this first half. 16-point lead for the St. Joseph Knights. And Malcolm Price is now the game's leading scorer with 10 points. And run through the baseline, pushed out, now into the corner. Shot up and no good. Second chance opportunity for Ironwood. Rejected. And Julius Price at the rim. It is now a 20-point lead for the Knights of St. Joseph out of Santa Maria. And if you don't know who the St. Joseph Knights are, this is your first introduction. They were a nationally ranked powerhouse last year. I'm not sure of their ranking this year. Mr. Mott hasn't really bragged about much of that yet. Season's still young. They have a young man by Julius Price committed to Stanford. And the slam dunk from William Sacre. 32-10. Only 2 points in this quarter for Ironwood. That one up and over, chased down by Moranini and Dinman. Ricky Dinman tie up. And it's last touched by Moranini, so they're giving the ball to Ironwood. The inbounds baseline left side, Jones inbounds it. Up top to Castro Ryan. And that shot comes up short, airballed into the hands of Godson Aida. And Julius Price with some fancy footwork. And he gets his third bucket, 6 points. Setting comfortably is the St. Joseph Knights. And we might get a visit from the Mission Prep Royals head coach Terrence Harris before this contest is over. And a whistle coming from the officials. The foul called on Julius Price, his first foul of the quarter. Pretty clean quarter so far with 3:01 gone. Jump shot no good for Dillard. And Julius Price at the free throw line, out to Morinini. Into the corner, back, moving the ball around Ormond, excuse me. And a three-pointer, good from beyond the arc. And going to the line for the and one, our second 4-point play of the tournament. The first for the St. Joseph Knights. Julius Price with 9 points. Going for the and one. And Price missing the first free throw missed by St. Joseph in this contest. Forgive me for the hesitation. I wanted to make sure I get their school right. And a three-pointer good for Carson Dean. 37-13. As that one recovered by Gonzalez. And inside, Aida can't connect with the dunk. And the ball moved around into the hands of Dillard. Dillard gets the bucket in the end one. Josh Dillard leads the Eagles in scoring with 9 points. Godson Aida called for the foul. Price goes to the bench with 9 points, and so did Aida to the bench with 2. On the court for St. Joseph, Josiah Gonzalez, Malcolm Price, Abdul Bear, William Sacre, and Gunnar Morinini. Three-pointer Morinini, that's tipped in the hands of Beret on the rebound. 3:40, second quarter action. And the jump shot good for Morinini, the senior guard, sets at 10, matching Malcolm Price. So far it's been the Price Morinini show. Sounds like a law firm. And we'll take a full timeout with the St. Joseph Knights. Thank you for being with us as Julius Price checks back into the contest. And here we are, 3:29, second quarter. The main event of day 2 Mission Prep Christmas Classic. Winner moves on to face Bishop Montgomery Monday at 7:30, and that's a three-pointer delivered by Carson Dean, his second tray of the contest. The lead trimmed to 21. As we approach 3 minutes left in the first half, Malcolm Price, the baseline jumper, no good. Reeled in by Josh Dillard, but we have a whistle. Foul called on Abdul Beret, his first, third team foul. Three fouls in the quarter for the Knights. Carson Dean across the center stripe. Dean now on the far side, driving in, right block, can't get it to go. Abdul Beret with the rebound. Malcolm Price to Morinini. Back to Malcolm Price, inside to Beret. Out to Morinini. Right wing, can't sink it. Body's on the floor. Timeout called by Jordan Augustine, the head coach of the Eagles. 2:29 remaining. He needs to talk this one over before it gets away from his team even further. The Knights running away with this one. And looking at yesterday's scores here at the Christmas Classic, Ironwood picked up a big win over West Ranch last night, 78-50, a 28-point lead. But were they ready for the St. Joseph Knights? And looking at the national rankings on Max Preps, the St. Joseph Knights ranked 36th nationally with a 10-0 record. That could drastically change as the season continues. Coming across the timeline, Castro Ryan. Ryan to James. Hand off to Dean. To the corner, Dillard drives that baseline. Up and over the hoop, no contact. Pulled in by Beret. Julius Price going to set the offense as he gets a screen from Beret. Up top, finds his brother Malcolm. Malcolm Price backing out, back to Beret. And a whistle coming from the near side. Foul on Julius Price. Away from the ball. Julius Price with his second. And the freshman Bernardo Geronimo checking in. Knights with 4 fouls in the quarter. Baseline drive blocked at the rim by Beret. No good for Dean. And traveling, taking 3 steps on his way to the rim, William Sacre. And checking in for St. Joseph, Elijah Ormond, as Sacre goes to the bench. Checking out for Ironwood, Gio James. So on the court from St. Joseph's is going to be Maranini, Price, Abdul, Beret, Geronimo, and Ormond. That one good from the corner for Josh Dillard, his first tray of the contest. 12 points for Dillard, 21-39, and the attempted dunk, no good, as he tries to return it into a layup for Ricky Dinman. And the alley-oop to Abdul Beret. 6 points for Beret, back to the 20-point lead. And stay tuned for the three-point and slam dunk contest. And a three-pointer from the near side. Landon Jones joins the three-point rain, 41-24. Morinini from the corner drives that baseline. The high bounce at the rim. Morinini gets to sink. 12 points for Morinini. 19-point lead over the Ironwood Eagles. St. Joseph Knights back on defense. As the Eagles moving it around into the hands of Jones. That one bounces out and put back up on second chance opportunity. Dillard with the deuce, 14 points for Dillard. And we go to the locker room. St. Joseph leading 43-26. And Mission Prep Christmas Classic presented by Movement for Life Physical Therapy. Visit San Luis Obispo. Farmers Insurance Agent Jennifer White, and Hyundai San Luis Obispo. There we go. Woo, 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 woo. There we go. Making sure we're all hot. Can you hear me, Coach?
I can hear you, baby.
Okay, here we are. Second half action between the St. Joseph Knights of Santa Maria and the Ironwood Eagles out of Glendale, Arizona. Coach, day 2 action, almost a wrap. How do you feel about Mission Prep Christmas Classic so far in 2025 through 2 days of action?
We've had some good games today. We've got good energy. Coaches are feeling good. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. Good tournament, some great teams here, and grateful to be back in this space and have a packed house on a Saturday night for first round of bracket play and dunk contest later.
And
nice putback right there. Nice putback.
Sacre with the points, putting the Knights up first. And if you don't know that voice, I failed to introduce you. That's Coach Terrence Harris of the defending Division II champions out of the Central Section, celebrating their title win tonight here at the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. How did it feel to revisit that moment in time?
Oh, man, to see the boys and their families. We don't get to see them at all of our games. But to see the boys, their families, I mean, such a special group. Man, so that was the best part about it. You know, they started talking about me. I don't like that very much, but
no, you're not a man that likes to talk about yourself or have other people talk about your accomplishments or accolades.
No.
You're a very humble man. I will say that after years of speaking with you.
It's about those kids and those families, and they're the ones that made it happen.
And to add into that, not only are you a humble man, but I think it comes from the top. It comes from the patriarch, Mr. Walter Harris, who's also a very humble man, because I talked to him today about something I did special for him, and we don't need to talk about that on there, but he didn't even want to talk about it. It's good.
Yep, he's
good.
He's like that. He's like that. But
So,
he loves being here. Biggest fan of the Christmas Classic. This is his home.
He is the Mission Prep basketball super fan.
Absolutely.
And we just made him a reserved seat sign. So whenever he's in the house, he has a privileged spot to sit, because he always sits in the same spot.
That's his spot.
And the whole point of that was trying to save Brother D from having to run up those stairs about 50 times a day.
Save those knees.
From having to ask people to move, waiting for Pops to show up.
Oh, yeah.
So I know that you want the Mission Prep Royals to be the front runner in this tournament. You did advance in the winner's bracket. You will face San Marcos, so Royals versus Royals matchup tomorrow.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick another team in this tournament, if you weren't in it, who would you pick to be a favorite?
Man, it's hard, because we've had such good games, such good teams. I mean, all the winners today played really well. Bullard was on top of their game today. They looked really good. The San Marcos versus Skyridge game was an outstanding game.
It came down to a buzzer beater.
Yeah. I mean, Maranatha stepped up big against Mission Hills and got it done. I mean, there were good games and a lot of good stuff going on today. So, I mean, hard to pick anybody other than myself in terms of hoping who wins. But as a tournament, it was awesome to see such competitive games. Nice pass right there. Nice pass, nice finish.
And then my one curiosity in all this is we have an opportunity to have a three-peat. Clovis North, 2-time defending champions, won the last 2 tournaments here at Coates Court in the Christmas Classic. They won today, so they're moving on. One step closer to winning 3 in a row here at the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. The first that's been done.
Yeah.
If that happens, that would how special would that be to have a three-peat?
Well, we love having them here. They've loved being here, and we've loved having them. That bracket, that platinum bracket, that's a beast of a bracket. So they did an outstanding job today, getting through round 1, and one thing we know about Clovis North, the reason that they're in the finals all the time is because they prepare so well and they execute their style of basketball so well. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to some great games on Monday, some really, really good matchups, and coaches having a day in between to kind of prep. It makes it a little bit different as well. Just that much more ready to play, and yeah.
Yeah, you're right. A little extra preparation goes a long way when you're in a tournament, because not every tournament gives you that opportunity to plan ahead for your opponents.
Right.
Now, one opportunity you've given the coaches, the teams coming into this tournament, tomorrow afternoon, Cal Poly.
Yeah.
Playing at home at Mott Gymnasium. And through the connection of our athletic director here at Michigan College Prep, Mary Jo Pruitt, her husband being on staff, that's a real connection, at Cal Poly's with the basketball squad.
Absolutely.
Forgive me for not knowing his name off the top of my head.
Coach Pruitt, Jesse Pruitt.
Jesse Pruitt, thank you very much. I wanted to give him his flowers as well. You've opened the door for all these teams to go see some college basketball tomorrow. Yeah,
that'll be fun. The majority of the teams are heading over to Cal Poly, 4 o'clock game against Idaho, I believe. And for Cal Poly, they're an exciting brand of basketball. They are up and down the floor. They shoot it really well. They play really hard. It'll be good for these guys to watch that style of basketball, and of course, good to for Cal Poly as a campus and a university to have 250 players and coaches in their gym.
Yeah, it's going to
checking things out.
It's going to help fill that gymnasium up and give the Mustangs a little extra incentive to pull out a W.
That's right.
In front of some fans.
That's right. Absolutely.
And Coach, at this point, let's just sit back and watch some basketball. I'll call some game. If you want to join me, you can get some some commentary to this.
I'll join you for a little bit. I don't know enough of the names, but I'll throw some numbers.
Okay, and that is Malcolm Price going beyond the arc. We have a whistle.
Yeah, it looks like an offensive foul, a little clear out on the rebound there. St. Joe foul, number 35.
Godson Aida called for the foul. The junior center trying to put in work. We have a timeout here. We'll take the timeout with them. We'll be right back. Coach Harris joining me at the table. Brian Stanley with the Mission Prep Christmas Classic.
$69-47.
The Mission Prep Royals picked up the win over West Ranch. Moving on to face the San Marcos Royals. The Royals will be the home team versus the Royals. San Marcos Royals will get to wear their home whites tomorrow.
San Marcos will?
Yeah, that's what they show on the schedule here.
That works. We've worn white 2 days in a row. We can wear some blue.
Yeah. Possibly the Minneapolis Lakers throwbacks.
Yeah, I like that.
55-30 our score here in the third quarter, midway through the third quarter. And the turnover, Gunnar Morinini going coast to coast. And off the glass, 2 points for Morinini, 57-30. I think the Knights are trying to get to this running clock because they want to get to the dunk contest. The running clock in the fourth quarter if you get to 40 points. And the St. Joseph Knights 57-30 up by 27. Carson Dean to Castro Ryan, back to Dean. At the elbow, kicks it to the corner. James misses.
Tough to get shots against the St. Joe Knights with that length inside.
And Aida off the glass. 29-point lead for the St. Joseph Knights. wearing their home whites with green and black trim. Ironwood wearing their road reds with black and white trim. Three-pointer, corner pocket, no good. Aida with the rebound, push forward to Morinini. Morinini with the lob, can't complete it to Ormond. And back on offense, the Eagles go. Inside, a finger roll layup results in a whistle. And Steven Castro-Ryan will go to the line to shoot a pair.
Yep, just a little late getting over to the help side and got him with the body. Puts Ironwood at the line with a chance to cut it to 27. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Ironwood with only 4 points in this third quarter. Scoring 8 in the first, 18 in the second, and 4 in the third. Make that 5 on the make by Castro-Ryan. The Knights with 16 here in the third quarter. Aida and Ormond check out. Geronimo checks in along with Abdul Bear.
Dunk contest on that side.
Okay.
Switcheroo.
The old classic switcheroo. Darnell Harris coming in with that information.
Hard foul right there by Ironwood on Julius Price. Julius, cool, calm, and collected, hops up, goes to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And he's committed to Stanford University next year.
Stanford Cardinal. I believe he was down to Michigan or Stanford and chose to stay on the West Coast and get one of those degrees from as good of an institution as you can.
Stanford's a great institution. The Cardinal. Our mascot's a color, but yet it's a tree. Leave it to a school full of brainiacs to figure that one out. And the steal by Malcolm Price, pushed forward to Geronimo, and Geronimo can't hold on to that hot pass.
Oh, good pass right there.
Gio James short on the three-pointer. Bounced in the hands of Geronimo, pushed forward to Julius Price, gives the alley-oop to Malcolm. And Malcolm Price with the bucket and the nod to his brother for the assist.
A little Price connection.
This whole contest tonight has been the Price Morinini connection. I call it the law firm tonight.
The law firm of Price, and Morinini, huh?
Yeah.
I like it. A little tussle on the ground right there. Loose ball foul on Ironwood. Looks like we're going to be in bonus here. Double bonus. Knights go to the free throw line. Shooting 2.
What do you think? What do you think of that double bonus? I know they changed it a few years back. Where
that's only 4, sorry. But
okay.
I do like it. I like shooting double bonus at 5 instead of shooting 1-and-1 at 7. I feel like it's cleaned up the game a little bit. But yeah, it took a little getting used to. But I just like that the fouls reset. And all that good stuff.
Oh, that's not good. Okay. Got an update that I forgot to turn the the Hyundai commercial off.
Thank you for our viewers out there.
Yeah.
Giving a little heads up that we were freezing out, the fans here. The Knights and Eagles fans weren't able to see what was going on, but they did see some great Hyundai commercial for the last few minutes.
Slideshow goes.
That's right. That's right.
We love you. Luckily, it wasn't the fourth quarter, and we were almost out of action.
Yeah.
We still got 8 minutes to go here, 9 minutes plus, actually.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Thank you for being with us. I hope you enjoyed the interview while commercials were playing. My other idea, I had an idea today watching some basketball because I don't remember what game exactly it was, but we had a team that had no fouls handed out to them, but they were down a couple points. And they had to commit 5 fouls very quickly in the last moments of the game.
Yeah.
What do you feel if they were to come up with like a rule for
like the last 2 minutes, like the NBA? NBA is like last 2 minutes, the second foul puts you in bonus.
I was thinking more like you can just the head coach could come to the officials, hey, look, I'm going to take all 5 fouls, so you're not having contact on the court.
Yeah.
And then you just take 5 seconds or 8 seconds, or you determine an amount of time to run off for each foul.
I think it would change the strategy quite a bit. You know, it's not quite the same as like in baseball now they do. You can just, instead of throwing 4 pitches to intentionally walk somebody, you can just say, hey, 4, and put them on first base. But with fouls, it's like, well, you got to get the ball in bounds. You know, maybe I steal the inbounds pass.
That's a
those
fair
type
point.
of things. And it's as the guy in the lead, I'm thinking to myself, no. They've got to waste those extra seconds because in those close games, every second counts. If I'm trying to run time off the clock, and they get to just, unless the rule included like you got to do an automatic 10-second runoff or something like that.
Yeah, there's some bugs to be worked out in it, but
you could get pretty creative though.
But I'm thinking, when the game is close, and that's a good alley-oop to Sacre for the points. I'm just thinking when you get into a tight game, it gets a lot more physical. And you run the risk when somebody's trying to commit a foul.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
To an injury.
I hear you. Hey, I like innovation.
But, Coach, I appreciate you joining us. And I'll let you go enjoy the fourth quarter and give Owen Main his seat back.
All right. Thanks, B. Thank you for being here all day, every day.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you. And Owen Main's going to put a headset on now. It's time for his interview. He's over here sweating bullets now. He's saying, no.
No, thank you.
There we go. Just teasing Owen Main just a little bit. And Owen, the wheels have already fallen off the bus because I left the fans watching a commercial for 10 minutes while I talked to Terrence Harris. And we got a text message saying, we want to watch the game, guy. So, no more commercials for the rest of the game. We are commercialed out. I think Hyundai San Luis Obispo got their money's worth for a 10-minute commercial. Oh, thanks for being with us. The huddle camera got the whole thing, so you didn't miss much. St. Joseph putting a whooping on Ironwood. Let's be honest, it's a 30-point lead. There's some buckets made. It was fairly much over at halftime, 43-26. As we go into the fourth, it is a 30-point lead. Once the Knights reach 40 points, which I anticipate will happen, we go to the running clock. But we love the St. Joseph Knights for coming in. I appreciate Tom Mott for giving me the opportunity to broadcast his team tonight, when he could have brought his own squad in and let them do the grand work. And the rebound by Sacre. Dishes it to Malcolm Price. 7:40 on the clock. Final frame. Final game. Dunk contest remains, and that's a three-pointer. There we go, three-pointer good. And the foul called on Carson Dean, going to the line for the 4-point play. Not 1, not 2, but 3 points. Adding 1, making it a 4-point play opportunity. And the lead 70-36 as Julius Price completes the 4-point play opportunity. Dillard with the points at the other end for the Eagles. 32 as Moranini to the rim. Can't sink the bucket, but will he sink my battleship? James, three-pointer from downtown. Cutting the lead to 29. Malcolm Price fouled on the way to the rim. Gio James called for the contact. Malcolm Price connects with the first one. Back to 30-point lead. Santa Maria Times in the house covering tonight's action for the St. Joseph Knights. Nice to see my local paper have a sports reporter that travels well. Second time I've seen him in this gymnasium this season. Also been in San Luis Obispo High School covering their tournament last week. Moranini three-pointer bounces high off the back of the iron, ricocheting out into the hands of the Eagles. Though Eagles don't have hands, they have talons. Moranini with a steal, push forward to Price. And Malcolm Price jamming it in with nobody there to contest it. And contact as the Price brothers swarm in on Castro Ryan. Shot from outside in the left corner, no good. Rebounded by the Knights. Pulled up court by Julius Price. And Sacre with the bucket. The lead back to 34. And that hot pass sails out of bounds to the Ironwood bench. And the head coach of the Ironwood Eagles, Jordan Augustine, looking quite defeated in front of his bench. Squatted, head down. Trying to figure out a solution to these Knights. And the steal by the Eagles. Jammed in. Carson Dean, showing he has the hops. Both these squads getting warmed up for the slam dunk contest coming up at the conclusion of this game. And Julius Price getting hot. 35-point lead, 4:48 remaining. From the wing, driving through the lane to the left wing. And the double team from the Price brothers. The ball comes loose. Julius Price bounces it forward to Malcolm. Malcolm lays it up, can't get it to go. Rebounded and put back, no good for Sacre. And the big swat by Aida. Malcolm Price gets that one to go. 80-43, the magic number for the running clock stands at 3. What will we see? Halfway through the fourth quarter, Castro Ryan into the corner to Dillard. Dillard drives the baseline from the right side, falls on his backside, calls for the travel as he skids into the paint. Josiah Gonzalez and Bernardo Geronimo check in. Aida and Sacre check out. Correction. The Price connection checks out. The price is right for St. Joseph tonight. Aida still in the contest along with Sacre. And Godson Aida called for the foul. That is his 4th personal foul, the Knights' 2nd of the quarter. Aida definitely in foul trouble now. And that shot short on the three-pointer from Josh Dillard. And Dillard ties up with Moranini. And Josh Dillard called for the foul, checking in Elijah Ormond, the junior forward, into the ball game. William Sacre takes a moment to rest. 37-point lead. Inside to Aida, he spins, he pushes, underneath, lays it up. 39-point lead, 82-43, 3:10 to the championship. Shot off target, rebounded by Moranini. Jones couldn't connect. Moranini crossover dribble to the rim. Finger roll, laid in. Called for the charge. And Moranini's basket waved off. As Tom Mott gives a stare down to the official. And the official stares right back like, yeah, that was the call. Elijah, 82-43. The Eagles trying to avoid the running clock. The Knights trying to get us to the dunk contest sooner than later. From the right corner, and a white ball is the call. The push underneath. The foul called on Ricky Dinman. And 2 subs coming in for the Eagles. Checking in number 4, Andy Roberts. And number 30, Braylon Hartley. Aida pushes in off the window, and the roll around the world, dropping in, the running clock in effect. 84-43. It is all a matter of minutes now until we get to the magic dunk contest. And the clock will not stop as the score is a 41-point lead. In California, when you hit 40, we go to the running clock because it's time to wrap things up and go home for a country dinner. Okay. I will not repeat what I heard, but I thought Tom Mott was going to go marching out there like it was a Jake Paul fight. All we needed was Hulkamania playing in the background. And I was going to tell you, Tom Mott wasn't going to be Jake Paul. And the lay-in on the dunk. Carson Dean, under a minute to go in this final game of the night. The fight on the near side, passed out into the baseline. The Knights moving it around, trying to slow this game down for the final possession, and a double dribble called. Guntu called for the double dribble. The inbounds from Dean. 25 seconds remain. And as we have the final foul, going to the line to shoot 2. Does he complete the 2 shots, though? Is that the call? 3, 2, 1. That's the ball game, boys and girls. The St. Joseph Knights pick up the win, 84-45, advancing on to Monday to face the Bishop Montgomery Knights. So it's going to be a Knight versus Knights. And I think the winning player of the game should be Malcolm Price. Okay, well, Morinini, good for Morinini. Gunnar Morinini, the player of the game. I think we should just give it to the law firm Price Morinini, the PPM law firm. For all your basketball injury needs, give Price Morinini a call. Thanks for being with us. The Slam Dunk Contest comes up next here on the Mission Prep Christmas Classic. It's been an adventure. Thanks for being with us.